Hello and welcome to Untitled.mov. I'm Jamie Parker East.
I'm Corey Anderson.
That really threw me off. I was going to say that.
No, that wouldn't work very well because.
And this is Liam Bernard.
And I'm Liam.
Man, thank you very much.
I'm
No,
Liam.
you're Bernard, that's Bernard.
I see. Okay.
No, I'm Liam Banana.
Hi, Banana. How are you?
Barely know. Right.
Good.
Tonight on Untitled, I use a phone. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong show.
I wear a hat.
Anyway,
Max turns on the lights.
and I
There's a lot
unplug
of
my
lights. Can we
microphone.
turn some of the lights down? It's very bright.
Why
And I use a laptop apparently and comm headsets.
Anyway,
Yeah.
should we do open source?
Open source.
You've written open source of the week,
Yeah, I'm tired.
aren't we all?
We are talking about
This is a very tired episode.
super tokens. Liam, what is super tokens?
Super Tokens is an open source authentication software. Basically, you can have integration into multiple different databases if you want, with your choice of MySQL, Postgres, MongoDB, and you have a bunch of different clients, SDK clients that can connect to it, be in multiple different languages, Java, Go, even front-end languages like Node and Angular, I believe.
Angular's not a language, it's a framework.
Close enough.
I'll framework you in a minute.
Or something like that. Again, I'm tired. I don't remember exactly what they have. I could pull it up, but that requires effort. But basically, as you can see,
You came with graphics.
This is a diagram. This,
found it on
you can see
Google
this is-
Images.
yes, as you can see, this is a diagram. Basically, the database plugin is actually what Super Tokens use to talk to whichever database you decide to use. Again, whether that be MongoDB, Postgres, MySQL, or I don't think they have anything
Couchbase.
else. No, we're getting on to that. But basically, the Super Tokens core is the core of how it all works. It then also talks to any backend servers using the backend SDK. And that could be, again, in any of the languages I just mentioned. And they also have front-end SDKs for websites and mobile apps and stuff. So, yeah, they have a good selection of different SDKs you can use. And you can use email and password, passwordless, third-party, OIDC, SAML, and I believe also SSO authentication as well.
Oh. Nice.
Yeah, it's quite versatile, actually.
It is quite versatile. That's quite interesting.
Yeah.
I still don't know how it works.
No, if you want, you can go look at the Java code. It's written in
I'd
Java.
rather not.
Good luck.
Good. Java, no thanks.
Hardly know her.
Yes.
Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks, Jamie.
No worries.
What are you doing there, Jamie?
What?
What are you currently doing?
Currently writing out a contract.
Why?
Why are you doing it when tired? Do it when you wake up.
I'm doing it when tired because it's a very late request.
Oh, this request, yeah. Okay,
So anyways, would you like to go on to the news?
maybe.
Okay. So, listen, news, that's just the test card.
It's a test card.
Oh,
Yeah.
my lav died.
You had a lav.
Yeah, look. It's a lav.
Jamie,
Let's just roll with it.
I put up with you.
No,
sometimes.
I guess you could say everything's fine.
So let's just roll with it.
Yes. All of the above.
In York yesterday.
Did you just unplug the mic? and plug it back in?
Soccerholics.
Jamie does pop culture.
And
What other shows? were
anyone
looking
for a
at?
middle feast order, apparently.
Can we get it back on the NDI, please?
Just get back, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyway, so the news.
They
what
have
was I saying?
veggies. I don't like veggies.
So,
News time.
Google has came out and denied a hoax going around social media that Gmail will be shutting down.
It's a very funny hoax.
It was rather funny because, like, it's just one of those things where you look at it and you go, well, obviously they're not going to shut down Gmail because I mean, how much of email relies on Gmail at
Pretty
this point?
much, I'd say probably half the internet at least.
Is,
I would
and
not be surprised.
How many people's accounts are just at gmail.com?
I mean, let's be honest here. Who uses Hotmail? Oh, it's Outlook now. Who uses Outlook?
Some people I know still have Hotmail.
People who use Office 365 at work have an Outlook email.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
surely they have a work account.
Yes, but it will still be hosted on Outlook.
They're powered by Outlook. They may be a different domain, but it's still underlying powered.
No,
by
no.
Outlook.
What I mean is their personal is probably Gmail.
Yeah, their personal. Is
Yeah,
Gmail.
probably.
Personal emails are probably mostly all Gmail, unless you have a really old
do you
email.
use Gmail, or do you use Outlook, or do you use a third other option?
My dad's email is at live.co.uk. Because there was some secret third one at some point. It got rolled into Outlook at some point.
I've got Hotmail still.
I've got a
I also have a
Live.
Proton.
I've got multiple Gmails, and I've actually I know someone that has an @me.com.
I know someone, there's
is
an
a very old
alumni at
one.
UOY, I won't say who for privacy reasons, who I've noticed has a .@BT internet email address.
I think
I know a BT Internet person with
Yeah.
an email. It's usually like
Yeah.
It's usually like people that got it with their internet back in the day and
Yeah,
kind of
and just
kept.
kept it.
that's also quite a risky move because if anything happens with your internet provider and they shut it down, you've just lost your email.
Well, the same would happen with Gmail, apparently. If
yes,
Google-
apparently
Which,
so.
what
why I've
the
got
sort of
like
conversation
10
topic
emails.
I thought about this, which is, despite the fact this is obviously a stupid, obviously they never shut it down, the
No.
fact that so many people believe that Google would shut down Gmail, does Google need to make more of an effort to fix their image of we will shut down every service we have?
It is quite
Definitely.
funny.
It does say something about Google's image with...
Yeah, it's actually quite funny of just how many people thought that this message was genuine from Google because, well, Google have been known to shut down their services before.
No, not Google.
Yes.
That doesn't
Also,
sound right.
speaking of, Google did the same sort of, almost the same wording as the message they put out on Twitter to confirm that Gmail's sticking around. It's almost the same as the message they put out on Twitter to confirm that Stadia was sticking around 2 months before they shut down Stadia.
Go figure. That was some coincidence, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder.
So what I'm hearing is they're shutting it down next month.
2 months and Gmail's
months'
gone.
time.
So move all your email. Don't move your emails.
No, that's a big
I doubt they would
inconvenience.
shut down. Because I think
I mean,
all of like Google, like
self-host your
Gmail.
emails.
That's what I do. I can
No.
self-host my own emails personally at home. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, then
going
you're
to.
not beholden to some big company.
No, I just have to figure every single issue out.
I was going to say, then you
Myself.
have to deal with it all yourself, and it's a big pain.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, Gmail just works. I think Gmail's in like that group of Google services that I think are safe from them shutting down.
Yeah, I think too much of the world currently relies on Gmail, and thus as well, how many enterprise users actually use Gmail?
Yeah.
For example, the University of York
Uses
Gmail based.
Yeah, Wise TV, Gmail.
Gmail.
Gmail. Piggybacking off of.
Quite a lot of other big companies as well.
Piggybacking off Yusu, who piggyback off ITS.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think my list of sort of what I imagine are the Google services that are safe are Gmail, G Suite, so Docs, Drive, etc.
Yeah.
The search engine,
I
ad services, and that's about it.
add services so they can get more money from you.
Yeah, I mean that's how they make money.
Yeah,
is-
exactly.
is-
Well, that and companies paying them exorbitant amount of money for support on the G Suite.
yeah. So I think
Those two
genuinely
options,
it's and YouTube
Yes.
I think it's
Don't
safe.
forget YouTube as well.
just because they can put their own ads on it and big marketplace
Oh yeah, massive.
data collection,
And as
etc.
well, YouTube Premium and memberships. They could take a cut of all of that, or YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
It just goes straight to them basically.
Tired of the ads?
Just pay money for it.
Woo!
Yay!
Yes, another one that we're gonna move on from Gmail. I feel like we've talked about.
Yeah, we've talked about it for a while.
So, Jamie, you brought this one up. Signal has confirmed that they will be introducing usernames to their service.
Yes, so this is currently in beta, but it's for a privacy platform, which is what Signal is. For the longest time, you've had to use your phone number. You have to give them your phone number. They know your phone number. It's on their database. When people want to add you on Signal, you give them your phone number, syncs over contacts. And a load of people, for the longest time now, have always said, hey, for a privacy platform, that's, you've got my phone number, man. That's a bit
You were
bizarre.
telling me about a subpoena request.
Yes,
funny subpoena request
there's a
in regard
really
to
funny subpoena
Signal.
request. Did we
what-
talk about it last
There-
week?
I don't know if we talked about it.
There's
off
actually a bunch
air.
of funny ones I've looked at their website. They have a good number of
If you want
subpoenas.
to, just look up Signal subpoena. They have them all hosted on their website. They're very
Yeah.
funny. And it's always just, hey, we want to know all this information. It's always like the FBI, whoever, going, we want to know all this information about this person. And then Signal goes, hey, we have when they created their account, their phone number, and when they last logged in.
That is literally the only thing they
And
store.
it's stored in Unix time.
And they give it to them in Unix time.
Just because we want because they're asking for all this information, wasting our time and asking for information we cannot provide. Yeah, let's just give it to them straight in Unix time.
But I think it's also because they can't process that data. They have to give the raw data as they have it stored.
That's probably it, to be honest.
And they have it stored in Unix time because.
But anyway, the point stands. Signal privacy platform. They're already, you can laugh at their subpoenas all day. They're already quite privacy focused.
Oh yeah.
But as I say, they have the phone number. So in the beta version, which you can download if you want, they've started introducing usernames. Now, currently, Signal, you still have to give a phone number when you sign up. So Signal still have that on record. But to be honest, that's the only way, if the FBI subpoena Signal, they already have your phone number.
And probably your username at that point as well.
Yeah, but the username, the important thing about the username is if you want to say you have an online friend that you've met on Discord or whatever, and you want to chat over Signal, would you really want to give them your number? No.
Which would also probably tell them by the country code of what country you're in.
Yeah, country doesn't matter too
And if
much.
it's a landline, what city you're.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But then again,
But
who
yeah,
decides
you
to have a
can't
signal
really-
with a
Anyway, the
landline?
point
Can't
stands,
do that,
mobile numbers aren't that secure,
No.
and you don't want to give them away to random people. So once they introduce usernames, it means you can hide your phone number from your account so that when people add you, they can't see it. But you can just go, hey, Corey, my Signal username is Bob123, add me. And you can add me, and we have never exchanged phone numbers.
Yeah. Also, I've just had a strange thought, but an idea of when we talk about you can't sign up for a signal with a landline. Do you know all those like Facebook and Amazon and Google like home things that are like the smart assistants with a screen?
Yes.
Why has no one made a smart landline yet? That's
Because
a home
landlines
assistant.
are being faded.
Almost no one uses landlines in the house anymore.
Old people.
Yeah, but old people aren't gonna get the
Almost
smart
no one.
device.
Okay, but-
And that generation is dying out, quite literally.
My
Probably just
granddad,
wants a smart landline.
My
I think,
granddad-
Probably not as well.
Just for the tech idea.
my granddad has an Alexa. It's very funny because he's a very old Yorkshireman, and it is very funny to go into the room and just hear him go, "She's not talking to me," and we go, "What do you mean? What do you mean, Granddad?" He goes, "She's not having it." And we go, "Alexa," and Alexa goes, "I cannot connect to the internet." And he goes, "See, she's angry with me." And I go, "Granddad, you're insane."
Maybe instead of
no.
belittling his intelligence, you should explain the concept of the internet.
no.
Why,
We tried. He's a
the
90-year-old man. He's not going to listen.
why does he have an Alexa?
Because, yes.
Because my aunties, his daughters,
No, the
wanted to
proper-
get him one.
No, the proper way to do it is to use the insanity and power of attorney. That's the proper way to do it.
Liam? Okay, we're going to move on now. Okay?
Anyway, yeah.
Probably good.
I won't lie. It has been a slow news week. So
Yeah,
I've
it
been
has
struggling
been
to
very
find
slow.
things. So WhatsApp is introducing new formatting options for its messages.
Yeah, another thing I'm never going to use with
So
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is introducing a bulleted list, a numbered
Use
list,
Signal.
a block quote, inline code, and then the previous bold italic strike through in monospace.
About time they added that stuff.
Yeah, so basic things that other messaging services have.
Wait,
But now
that wasn't there.
No?
I remember when they introduced reactions. I remember like all of my techie or non-computing friends absolutely lost their shit over that. They went, "Oh my god, it finally has reactions! I'm so happy." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Actually, I do use reactions a bit.
No, on
'Cause
WhatsApp, me too. Don't get me
Look-
wrong. Now that they're there, I couldn't live without them.
That's the
but
thing.
it's the thing is, I don't use WhatsApp that much.
I don't use reactions for most things. I use reactions to thumbs up something. If someone said, "Hey, I've put your thing in the dryer,"
That's
or
the
something,
thing.
thumbs up.
Personally wise, I don't use reactions. However, at work, we actually have a bunch of custom ones, including a PR merged. Guess what that one indicates?
PR's been merged.
Correct.
Actually, one of
Do you
my
have a
favorite
PR's welcome?
one of my favorite features about Discord and
I need to
Slack.
add one.
One of my favorite features about Discord and Slack, like what you've just said, is custom emojis. Because Wise TV uses them, because we use Slack.
Yep.
And some that I just love, maybe I have like a Jamie Does Pop Culture moment where I haven't a clue what's going on. And someone will just react with an emoji of my face.
Yes.
And that gets me every time. It's very funny. And I always forget that it's an emoji. So I like stuff like that where you can be quite creative with it and make someone laugh.
We have a bunch of ones, including AWS, which basically is the AWS logo shaking violently when we're mad at them for not working properly.
AWS.
Basically, yeah. Exactly
Curse
that
your
reason.
belly, the AWS.
So, anyways, as well as this, Google Chrome has introduced new AI features to Chrome.
Oh, whoop-de fucking
Yeah,
boom.
another.
More AI.
Google Chrome's what was it called? Hold on. Help me write feature is pretty much just AI finishing your sentences for you.
Is that not just also called Grammarly at the same time?
Is that also called the middle button on my keyboard that
Yes.
does the predictive text?
Yes.
Have they just reinvented predictive text?
That
Wait,
is
the middle
that-
button on your keyboard.
Do you know
on
on
a
your
phone.
keyboard you've got the top row that
Oh, you
like-
mean on your phone?
On your
On
phone.
your phone, yeah.
Yeah, this is just called predictive text, which has been around on mobile devices for how long now? At least
Yes.
like iPhone 4 days.
Yes. And I was gonna be like, oh, but it's AI, but like theoretically AI is just machine learning, and wasn't it already machine learning to figure out what you
AI is just
text?
is a very, very broad term. It's non-specific, and it never has been for that very reason. It's like an AI could just be, I don't know. I want to calculate this big equation. I can't be asked to do 3 derivations in my head, so let me do that. That technically classes as artificial intelligence because it's doing the work for you.
Also,
But it's just a calculation. That's all it's doing.
you know, I was clowning on this, right? But it does say it can help you fill in digital surveys, and if I can just click fill in this survey on Chrome and an AI fills in a
That
survey,
I wouldn't
feature
trust
has
the
already.
answer.
I'm
feature
sure
has
that already
been-
exists.
That exists in Chrome and many other ones as well.
but now it's in your browser, so Chrome's scraping every web page you're on and feeding it to an
wow.
AI model.
Yeah, no, I'm still
sounds
not going
fun.
to use it.
Yeah.
They were scraping it anyway, but like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you use them for everything. Of course, they were scraping it.
Well, I don't use Chrome.
neither do I.
No, I don't actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
What do you use?
Safari?
I'll put it this way.
Safari.
Firefox exists on Mac.
I know. So does Chrome and probably Tor as well. I could probably get Tor on here as well,
Yeah, you can get Tor on Apple.
and probably DuckDuckGo actually.
Probably, but why?
I didn't think that was a...
Oh no, that's a browser, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's a search engine, not a browser.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I
sorry,
think it
no,
does
my
have a
bad.
browser.
They also got in trouble for something or other, so I was
Uh,
just using them.
I think everyone's got in trouble for something at some point in their lives. So
Probably. Speaking of trouble, Windows,
Oh, God.
more specifically, I don't know if this is new or if this is just like came onto everyone's radar this week, because I've been seeing this floating around on Twitter, but Ubuntu claims to be a operating system that inherits all the appearance and functionality of Microsoft Windows, including the new Copilot AI assistant.
Oh, thank God, that's the one thing I wanted. Copilot.
No,
Thank God they've answered my prayers.
But does not require TPM, secure boot, or any other hardware requirements for its operation. Developed using the Ubuntu operating system as a base, you have a fast and secure, very efficient system, blah, 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 blah. You will also be able to run Microsoft Windows and Android applications using Ubuntu, which is the thing that sparked my interest.
is that not just also running Wine?
I'm assuming it's running Wine, but I'm
So
assuming
it's
some
the
sort
worst
deep-
of both worlds.
Yes.
It's the
Yeah.
look of Windows 11,
Yes.
and you get snap packages.
Yes.
Great. Really
Yeah.
excited.
I'm assuming, I like, because it has PowerShell and Skype.
You can get PowerShell on...
Yeah,
I know you can.
You could have got that before, and you could also have got Skype before.
So
I'm
is it
assuming
like-
it just has like built-in like.
it must have a wine,
Wine?
or something, yeah.
It's probably just straight wine or something, and it just converts it.
Yeah, I just interesting that it looks like it's very much trying to be Windows. There's a part of me that will really want to try this just to see what it feels. Just to
I mean,
see.
hey, we were going to test a load of them at one point.
Although it does actually appear as though it is somewhat recent, actually. By looking at the dates on here, the release notes, it only starts in 2024. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that
22nd of the 1st was the
while,
first release.
while it does say a version 11.4.4, I'm not entirely sure if that's an older version. I'm pretty sure that because it doesn't go back before then.
I'm assuming 11 refers to Windows 11.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, it probably
Did you know
does.
you can buy a professional license key?
I
for
I
Ubuntu?
just saw that. There's the free edition and the
what?
professional. Yep.
Oh, mate. they're
Purchase
actually-
a license for
Ubuntu Home and
No, no, no.
Ubuntu Pro.
I mean, they're doing a really good job
No,
of
no.
mirroring...
Purchase a license for $35. You can purchase multiple licenses at once and multiply that amount. Example: 140 equals 4 licenses.
You got a license for that?
The fact that they had to put that in writing, that if you want to buy multiple, you times the price by how many you want to get.
And in
I'm
fairness,
sorry.
If you're going to use Ubuntu, you may
You
not be the most
probably need
intelligent.
to explain it to the person that's using and buying it.
Let's be honest, I'll be perfectly honest. Given how much it looks like Windows, right? How much of an effort it has to be Windows, this would probably be the perfect thing to put on Granny's old laptop that's aging and can't
You know,
run
I was
Windows
just
anymore.
thinking that.
Yeah, that would actually be probably pretty good.
Although
yeah.
wine and stuff like that, it may actually use more than
Yeah,
Windows 11.
because
Wine is not as intensive as running on rare raw
reckon?
Windows. Given as I game on Linux, my extensive experience with Wine, the amount of
I
games I've had
don't
run
think
better.
the Granny would be gaming.
No, but what I'm saying is I've used Wine
Yeah,
a lot
okay.
and know a lot about specific performance.
Yeah.
Also, Ubuntu aren't much better when it comes to telemetry. So
No,
Yeah.
not
you're
really.
still going to have all of that, which is annoying.
Yeah.
I don't know. I use Arch, by the way.
Like looking at it, like even like the settings menu looked exactly like Windows settings.
Also, I do
Can't
actually. I
position
do
this
have
feature
one.
and
I
stuff
do
like
have one question though.
What?
They try to emulate Windows very, very closely.
Hmm.
Do they also bring in the blue screen of death?
I hope so. I hope that's when you press Control Alt T and just takes you to the blue screen of death.
you just blue screen Ubuntu. Just hold on. No, don't. Just listen to the name Ubuntu.
Hang on. So, just a question. You can run Windows apps on it, right?
Yes.
Natively, I assume. Well, not natively. but
I'm
right.
assuming it has some sort of when it tries to open an
It's
exe, it
probably
also
some
winds.
Yeah.
wine or
So,
wine
with that
alternative.
question,
It says wine compatibility.
can you
like-
install
okay, fine.
Windows subsystem for Linux on it?
Well, it has the Windows subsystem for Android.
So,
So-
probably
Built in.
yes.
I want to install Windows subsystem for Linux on my Ubuntu Windows skin.
But why?
Yeah.
Because
That'd be funny.
No. It's not for any practical reason. It's simply for the fact that Jamie can. That's the only reason.
also there's a line here just under the fold of this bit that says safe and very fast. Ubuntu is fast and secure, very secure. No more worries about viruses and crashes.
That just reads like a virus to me.
I was going to say, that sounds very
It
suspicious.
also says Microsoft ecosystem. Enjoy embedded apps like Microsoft Edge, Teams, Skype, PowerShell, and Code.
Oh, thank fuck, I can get Edge and Teams back.
Fuck for
Oh, I
that.
was really
But also-
missing them.
Oh, I can't get fucking far enough away from fucking Edge. God damn it.
Here, it's got like the Windows file viewer icon, but underneath it says Dolphin, which is the like
Oh, that's
KDE
really
That's just
file
funny.
viewer. So
That's
it
just
does
funny.
have like KDE. It's built on KDE, or there's a Cinnamon version as well. Ooh, I like Cinnamon.
I find it can be a bit difficult to eat on its own.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Tech tip of the week. Get a dessert spoon, put some cinnamon powder on it, and
I'm going to
eat it.
stop you there. Just don't do that. Whatever, I wasn't listening, but whatever he just said, don't do it.
You know that thing that's going around a good many years ago. It was the cinnamon challenge.
Let me stop you there. No.
Don't do it.
No, I have no
don't.
idea what you're on about.
But don't.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
Have you just figured out what we're on about?
No. I was looking at a picture on their SourceForge, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I saw what appeared to be Word running natively. I went, ooh, interesting, because it's very hard to get Word to run on Wine, right? No, it's the Android app for Word
You are
running
my
on desktop.
Is that their definition of getting the Office
No.
suite working?
This is the picture on their SourceForge.
Can we get that up on the
Yep. Or at least
Can we get that up,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
listeners, viewers?
Oh, sorry, my laptop's broke. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Classic.
yeah. So if their definition of getting the Office suite to work is using the Android apps, I feel sorry for anyone that wants to use this
Right.
or that does.
Just
I am
install LibreOffice. It does the same thing.
genuinely,
LibreOffice is great. I do like
It's a better
LibreOffice.
option at this point. It's probably even a better option on Windows as well, to be honest. So
There are some things I like, and like there's some like PowerPoint's morph things can do nice things, but that's about
Yeah.
all you'd want PowerPoint for. Yeah, here's the image I was discussing, which shows the web version of Word running in Edge, and
quote Edge.
No, Edge does have a Linux version.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair. That logo down at the bottom.
It's just BlueStacks.
Wait, can you zoom in on this or not?
Probably not. No.
Okay, never mind. I was about to say because it's just not the Office logo or the Word logo.
That Android
BlueStacks.
app looks a lot more in depth than I thought it would.
Yeah, and the Android app is decently in
I was
depth.
gonna
It's just
say-
limited by
Quite
UI.
surprised to be honest.
So, I mean, I wouldn't actually. That is actually fairly usable if I was like a
For
grandma.
the average person, what I was describing as the person who just has an old laptop and needs something for
this
like.
probably would be.
That's why
That would actually
Sure.
work. I was
Yeah,
expecting some bare bones, similar to the web version.
Yeah, this would
but
actually
even
be
less.
somewhat usable to be honest. It's like
That's probably feature complete with Google Docs. Minus collaboration, but
yeah. I would say that Google Docs just still has.
Google Docs is a better option. But you could
Yeah.
you could definitely install Google Docs as a web
yeah.
app on here.
Yeah.
Or just use it in the browser.
Yeah, just go to a browser, any
Why
browser,
would you
even your
install it
phone
as a
will work
web
for
app?
that.
This was a conversation. This reminds me of a conversation I was having with Jamie earlier.
Oh yeah.
But with how much of the stuff is just in a web browser, like we were saying, I think Chrome OS is a better option than we give it credit for.
Chrome OS at this point is actually rather complete now.
Yeah, and you can just
used
run a
to
whole Linux
have-
environment in it.
It used to have a lot of shades thrown on it because back in the day, sure, it had a bunch of bugs. It was prone to it.
But also because it was only ever put on like bottom tier,
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel hardware.
But now they've actually updated the hardware. You can actually get a pretty good system for
Chrome OS
£300, and it's comparable, as in like it will feel comparable to just having like a normal spec Windows laptop at this
Yeah.
point.
And you
because-
can do everything you can do on Linux on it.
Exactly, you can just do it. It'll just take it. So
I mean, and then you're going to complain, oh, giving Google my data. But frankly, if you're going to be giving someone their first Linux laptop, it's going to be, do you give their data to Canonical or do you give their data to Google?
you're giving your data to someone, you just choose who you give it to.
Just use Arch. If you set it up for them, it'll just work.
Jamie.
No.
No, Jamie. No.
So, maybe I try Ubuntu. Maybe that's in the cards for me. Maybe that
I think that'd be a funny episode.
I think that would be a funny episode. 2 weeks, I come back and I'm like, I've daily drove Ubuntu.
I would say at least just put it in a virtual machine at least, just to start
Oh
with.
no, I'm running a bare metal.
Bare metal.
Or at least do it on a spare laptop so you don't overwrite everything you've already done. Or YOLO it.
Oh, I'm gonna YOLO it because
Okay.
I have backup. I have time shift backups,
That's
and
fine.
I have my home partition on a separate
That's fine
partition.
then.
So
You're fine.
Imagine.
I would have just grabbed one of my other ThinkPads.
Um,
I don't have, but I want to daily drive it where the OS is the only thing that's different.
Okay.
So same hardware, same fucked up screen.
Oh yeah. Can you demonstrate to the stream what
I
we
did last week,
Oh, okay.
but
look at last week.
Okay.
yeah. So do we want Jamie? You have a special announcement. I'm waking you up because we're up to that part.
no,
Oh no, we have. I haven't been reading
You've
the doc.
jumped very ahead in our document.
Actually, I think we just stagnated for a very, very long time.
Yeah,
We
so,
did,
we have a guest to interview.
We do. Who is it?
Jamie. No, Liam.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I am a person.
Would you like to
I think.
explain who you are to the audience who may
Yes.
not know you?
So I'm
You
going to
can use the
describe.
description I gave you.
Yes, I was actually about to just say that. I am the former deputy computing director, the former computing director, and the current deputy computing director at YSTV. I'm also on placement, hence why I had to step down from computing director because trying to do computing director.
Well, you had to step
in your-
down because it was AGM.
Well, yes, as well, but the reason
But
why I didn't
that is the reason you didn't
but why
rerun,
I
yeah.
didn't rerun.
Wait, do you guys not have a rule that like certain important positions like computing director can't be held by someone who doesn't live in York?
It's not official.
Because UOI has that.
Yeah, it's not official.
not official,
in
but
our
it's
constitution, although it's basically
Yeah.
given. We will just you won't get voted effectively.
Yeah.
Although, assistant head,
Deputy computing
whatever the
director.
fuck it's called. Yeah, deputy computing is, our computing does live in York and is a York student.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
It doesn't really matter.
It's just mostly like with us things like Chief Eng and Head of Computing. It's also because we have our elections a lot earlier, so you could decide
Yeah.
to go on a year in industry after getting elected.
Well, I feel like a lot of people wouldn't vote someone who was not going to be here.
Well, we wouldn't know it. Like,
Yeah,
you
the
can decide
question-
after this
The
point.
question is,
Yeah, but
why
why
does
did-
UOI have it so early?
Because constitution, we have to have them within a year of our previous one, so we'd have to have 2 in 1 year in order to move it further back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just change the constitution.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, if you came to our Constitution review last night, you could have.
I did actually have a load of points, but I couldn't be bothered.
So basically, note to everyone watching right now: if you want to make change, don't sit on your ass and do nothing.
I was quite happy sitting on my... Oh, no, I was hosting a meeting.
Yeah, no, you're right. You were busy hosting a meeting and interrupting with a phone call.
Which we saw earlier in the show.
Yes, we did indeed.
So, Liam, what's your favourite bodge
Oh, here we go.
that you are allowed to say?
Yeah, don't get us
Don't
in
like
trouble
reveal
with your
trade
employer.
secrets or anything.
No, I'm just working through my head right now what I can and can't
Every
say.
time we have an alumni and or someone who's been on a year in industry on, I have to be like,
Yeah.
don't reveal trade secrets. But what's your
I
favourite
knew
bodge?
that part already. So
Don't want to be in my B-reel.
I'll be real.
sure, you can do a B-roll right now. But basically, I think my favorite bodge so far would be. That's a hard one. It's still a hard one. I can't remember what I said last time. Jamie, can you just mute, please?
Sorry, Forza Horizon made a noise.
What the fuck?
It is Jamie. Just leave him
Okay.
be. Okay, I think I can talk about this one at work because I'm going to be incredibly non-specific. And it was something that I did myself.
I warned
I
you.
caused and then sorted it myself.
Oh, you might have told me this one.
I definitely told you about
I
this
think
one.
you might have said
Yeah.
this on the show.
So basically, within our code, I accidentally left a panic. And so a panic in terms of coding is effectively, hey, you're doing something that you really shouldn't be doing right now. I don't like it. I don't know how to handle this. I'm just going to throw my arms up in the air and cry in the corner. That's basically what a panic is.
Right.
In layman's terms, it's basically the program doesn't like something, so it's just like, nope, not doing this anymore. And I accidentally left a panic in, not by writing the word panic, but just simply neglecting the fact that that a dependency was initialized after the fact. So I was passing in a nil, null, void, whatever you want to call it. And then I tried referencing it. You can't reference a nil value. It doesn't work.
I see.
And the code will just panic. And the problem is, this wasn't caught in unit testing or anything like that, because it was incredibly circumstantial of one component that was the issue. Fun fact, it wasn't actually caught until it went into the staging environment. It got past my local sandbox. It got past development, and it was in staging. It almost got to production. We almost left a panic in production code running many customers' data on. And yeah, I had to do a very, very, very quick hot fix to that one. And at one of our directors to get to basically be like, hey, look, this went wrong. Please give me a +1 on this PR. PR being a pull request in Git terminologies.
What did you call me?
I was about to make
I called
that
you
joke.
a very nice person.
Yeah, it stands
right.
for Gerald is tall.
Gerald is tall. What's your favourite production? Staging.
Funny. Very funny.
I don't get it.
You'll get it when you wake up in the morning.
You get it when you're older.
Yeah. So, favorite production would probably be. I think it always has to be Roses. It always has to be Roses. So
Yeah.
How much of it were you awake for?
I mean, talk about the one we did last year. I was awake for the entire day during that.
True.
Featuring the Great Roses Drive Crash.
Exactly.
Have we
featuring
told
the
you
drive-
about what me and Cameron want to make in regards to the Great Roses Drive Crash?
What do you want to make? I don't think I've done this one yet.
We had the idea floated from Cameron of the Muppets Great Roses Drive Crash, in which everyone but you is played by a Muppet.
So basically, it's me and a bunch of Muppets.
Yeah, so basically the Great
So it
Roses
sounds
Drive
like
Crash.
a regular YSTV day.
I just think
I mean, I'm surrounded by Muppets anyway, so no difference. Except these will be like sock puppet Muppets, I assume.
Well, we got a couple puppets.
Okay, fine.
I've got a puppet at home.
Don't want to know what it's used for.
What's that? Oh God.
Anyway, so roses. Tell me about roses.
Yes. Well, roses. For those who don't know what a roses is, it is Europe's largest inter-university varsity, held between the University of York and the University of Lancaster. It's been held for the last 50-odd years now, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that. I don't know the exact date, but it's been running for a very long time. So every year, minus a bit of COVID weirdness, it switches between being at home in York for us and being away, which would be Lancaster for us, or home for Lancaster. But basically,
Thank you for explaining the concept of home in a way.
you're welcome. Some people don't know that, so
Google it.
yeah, you could Google it. But basically,
You could Google this entire.
what happened? Yes, you can. But what happened is it was Friday morning, 9:30 a.m. We'd already been up for a while. Got everything ready. It's like,
no.
we'll get our first stream working. Get the second one working. Oh no, the website is down. Everything is down, but the streams are not. So it's like, okay, streams are not down. Let's just figure out what happened. So there was me standing in front of the server rack, basically being like, what the hell is going on? As Debian went into emergency mode, which I hadn't seen before that point. And
Jamie's went to sleep. So I'm sorry, I missed the last minute because I got distracted because Alex Harvey messaged me.
or you can just message Alex Harvey back later.
I did. What he was asking me, are you on a drawing board? I said no. He's referring to the URY social that may currently be a drawing board, and it just assumed I was out on the piss.
Yeah, but
Alex.
basically, what happened is there was a major drive crash, and I'm being rudely interrupted by the people in the gallery next door. So the people in the gallery, please. I don't know.
Giggling about something.
Yeah, they're
They
giggling
sound like
about something.
school
But basically, we had a big drive crash, and our all the websites just crashed hard. They just crashed, and we were just
They
like,
dropped it like it was hot.
with the exception that it was just, well, I mean, the CPU was slightly burning up, so yes, it was pretty hot. But yeah, we eventually managed to get the streams at least working, which was the main part. We put them directly to YouTube at that point. We're just like, okay, sure, we can't really do much else. So in the end, we did manage to get all the streams out, minus like a 15-minute delay on one of them, but that was about it. We did manage to get the websites working back later, but basically what happened, one of the drives, or two of the drives died at almost the same time, and if you lose two drives in effectively a RAID Z1, which means you have a one drive redundancy, you can lose one drive. You can't lose two drives, otherwise the data is gone. We lost two drives.
The data was gone.
Data was gone, yes.
Jamie, why are you playing
Or
Forza?
flash data, to be more specific.
The data on the drive.
Well, the data was
drives.
technically, no. Technically, the data was still there.
Yeah,
It's
okay,
not all of it.
No, data was still
Some of it was.
partially there, just not in a readable format.
Yeah.
Unless we wanted to decode the entirety of a RAID array.
Which you could.
You can, but
You
good
didn't.
luck. Good luck.
We had backups for a reason.
We have backups. It was fine. Everything was fine in the
Not
end.
flash data, we didn't.
Taking
It was fine.
bringing down backups takes time.
Yes.
This was at the start of Roses.
Yeah, and don't worry, I'm also very good at bringing down backups as well. I don't think you were here for this incident because this happened in my first year.
So then no, because I'm a second year.
Yeah, exactly. I also managed to lose 30 terabytes of data.
Personal or
YSTV.
what? Oh. Like lose data, like no backups, it's gone.
No, this was the backup there's the backup array that died. A 30 terabyte array that just died. Yeah, we've learned from our lessons, and
What was on this array?
Then we became the Milling
Backups.
School of Backups.
Just backups, just general backups.
general backups for servers and
General
McKellen and
backups.
stuff like that.
Is this the point where we cloned, what server was it?
Web.
we cloned Webb's boot drive onto. We
No,
cloned Webb's
no,
boot
no,
partition
that's
on.
different.
This is where we're like, we need to sort better backups. Clone Webb's boot partition onto Webb.
We've also done that one. That one, I don't even remember where that one came from, to be honest. I think we did that just because it had weird partitioning maps and stuff, and it did just weird bit.
Also, that's the same time as we found out that Webb had a desktop environment on it.
That is true.
Why?
That was because Connor kept installing one. Connor, if you're watching, I'm going to murder you.
Why did Connor keep
I will DM Connor and message that.
Oh yeah, you
Jamie.
guys keep having your dates in Manchester.
Yeah, we do.
I haven't seen Connor in ages.
No.
Last time I saw him, we went for a walk.
I do need to go and see Connor again. So Connor is one of our alumni and lives in Manchester currently and is probably still unemployed. So sorry for calling you out, but you're unemployed.
Get employed. It's not that hard.
He got fired or laid off. I think.
I thought it was made redundant.
Yeah, laid off. But yeah.
Ha! I'm joking. We have full.
You're looking at the wrong camera.
Ha! Okay.
There we go.
In all seriousness, we have full, respect. Respect,
Yeah.
is that the right word?
Yeah, he was.
Empathy for people who are made redundant.
That is true. Actually,
Okay.
he didn't really enjoy the job, so.
That's fine, but I didn't want to make like I was
No,
laughing at people who were made redundant.
We
I know
do.
the
We
tech
do care
industry
about
has an
you,
issue
Connor.
with
We
that.
care about you.
Hey, I'm unemployed.
I mean, at least I'm not. So
So, Liam, do you have a show and tell with you?
I do have a show and tell item. Thank you for bringing that
Yo,
up.
they said drop it like it's hot on my video game. We just said that.
Thank you for interrupting my show and tell.
No worries, as you were.
My show and tell item is the server emergency mallet. Now we need to have this because if a server starts making a bunch of noise, we simply do this. You may want to switch to center camera. We simply do.
I was
We whack
really
some-
worried that table was going to fold in on itself.
No, we just whack it basically.
just
It folds the other way. But yeah, we whack servers if they start making noises, and half the time it actually shuts up. If it doesn't, we whack it a second time harder, and it usually shuts off.
Harder.
Barely know.
So,
But yeah,
thank you, Liam.
you're welcome.
So, now on to talking about the past week. The only note that Jamie has put in here is death. Jamie, would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, I'm currently very ill, and so are you.
Yeah, Jamie's given me his illness, but
Oh,
luckily I'm earlier on, so I'm still able to host the show.
Yeah, I'll probably.
Yeah, it hurts. Don't laugh. It hurts to swallow.
Alright,
All right.
It is genuinely a quick debate I have to have with myself every time I want a drink of water.
Or
And
eat.
bugger me, that was a tight turn. Sorry, steering on a keyboard and mouse is impossible.
You're right. Therefore, the correct solution for people gaming on stream is pressing the power button.
My game.
What's even better is he's streaming that from his home PC, so that he's just driving off a cliff
Yeah, I was
right
gonna
now.
say it'll still be playing at home.
Yes, it is.
But yeah. Oh, okay.
there
It
you
managed
are.
to complete it for me. That's interesting.
So I completed it by pressing the power button. Okay, sure.
But yeah,
Sure, I said that.
we're all. Well, actually, Liam, you seem to be somewhat fine, but the rest
No,
of us.
I'm really not.
You're not. Are you ill as well?
No, I'm just really tired. I got about.
We're all
3
very
hours sleep
tired.
last
We're all
night.
very ill.
Sleep
Yeah.
and illness.
So
Sleep
you know,
is an illness in that case.
hit subscribe and like the bell because we're here for you. Oh, that camera's
Thanks, Gallery, for pointing out on the signage PC that it's 11:15. Smiley face.
Can I go home now?
So,
No, you cannot,
'cause we
Jamie.
have more points to
We
get
have more
through.
points. Let's go on.
Future stuff.
Yes.
Varsity.
Yes. No.
It's happening. We're going to build a new OB kit for. Shit.
Building
You mean
OB0.
tomorrow
We're going
at
to build a new
1
OB
o'clock?
kit for it.
Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, was that Jamie?
Yeah.
yes,
about
it
that.
was.
Yeah, and also
Well,
Jamie.
probably around 12 because we need to do a thing first.
Close enough. It's fine.
And now for our final point. Jamie, you've received an email recently, haven't you?
Do you know I have? Would you like to put my
Yes.
email? So I received an email from the lovely USU Elections team. We probably should have blurred out the name, but oh well. It said, "Hi Jamie, we're getting in touch to let you know that someone has suggested that you would make a great sabbatical officer through our Suggest a Sab form. They said Jamie would be perfect for SAB role, the perfect role model for student union and students. With his experience with societies and needs of the students, he would be excellent. That needs some punctuation.
That really does.
If you want to learn more about being a SAB, you can check out our elections page, head to one of our workshops, or get in touch with any questions. Nominations open February 26th. What's the date today?
23rd of February.
23rd.
Yeah,
Jump on the
at
Monday.
noon. Close 8 at March on noon. Just head to usu.org/elections between those dates to learn what you need to nominate, access resources, and nominate yourself. Well done on being recognised, and get in touch if you have any questions. The USU elections
You
team.
decided you are going to run for a SAB role, aren't
Well,
you?
I read this email and I went, haha, someone's very funny. So I thought, never in a million years am I going to read any of that. And then I read it. Probably. That's believable, right? That I read it?
You've read most of it.
Probably.
I think you read about
and
three
do you know what?
quarters of
I've
it.
actually had a calling.
Yeah.
I was meditating in my back garden, and a small bird came down and landed on my shoulder. And in a very sweet voice, it went, "Hey, mate, I think you should run for USU." And I was like, "Thank you, my uncle." That bird sounds like my uncle. Anyway,
That sounds drunk.
Oh, that's my uncle. No one's
so
gonna-
my uncle. Anyway, no, my
Nobody's
uncle's a
gonna get
lovely
that
man.
No.
He's actually a twin of my dad, which is very cool. Anyway, there's a family history there. We're going to brush past it. But yeah, so I said to this bird, I'm quite hungry right now, and it flew away. So then I decided I would launch my campaign. So this is me announcing my USU election campaign. My slogan is "Make Boss Man the Boss Man." So that's my campaign poster. It looked different about an hour ago, so I've only just seen this one. But yeah, my campaign team are... did we ever arrange who my campaign team was?
Well, it'll come in the coming days, but you
soon.
are running for president, correct?
Yes, I'm running for USU president, not
Yeah.
USU affairs.
No, you're running
Not
for
head
USU
of-
president.
Not head of affairs, or I've never had an affair in my life, so I couldn't run for that role.
Yeah,
No.
USU
But
president.
I am running for USU president.
And you have a
That
manifesto.
specific role. You what? Sorry.
You have a manifesto, correct?
I do have a manifesto. That is a very.
And
valid-
you care about this manifesto so much you've memorized the points, correct?
Yes,
I
are
have.
you able to read it out?
So
by any
what I'm going to
chance?
do is actually play Forza Horizon 5 on my laptop while I read out these manifesto points. So if you see me look at my laptop, that's what I'm doing.
And not playing Forza Horizon.
No, I am playing Forza Horizon.
Oh, you're also doing that as well
I'm not
and reading.
No, I'm not reading. I've memorized them. So yeah, my manifesto, point number 1, and I feel very strongly about this one, and I feel people can get behind it, is to demolish East Campus and replace it with a multi-story car park to finance my next point, which is stock Fanta in all USU bars. Now, I feel very strongly about this. I did a USU suggestions that I wanted Fanta back, because I don't drink. And
Don't drink alcohol.
don't drink
You do-
alcohol, sorry, yes.
Yeah, you
and
do
I want
drink some
Fanta in
sort of
bars, and
liquid.
Fanta is not in bars anymore. So we're going to make East a multi-story car park. No one will notice. No one goes there. And we're going to stop Fanta in all USU bars.
Doesn't one of the members of your campaign team live on East?
Probably yes.
That's irrelevant. They can live in a car. Anyway,
Also, sorry, Jamie, a very, very important question regarding Fanta. Full fat Fanta or Fanta Zero?
both. Let's give them choice.
Okay,
Why not?
good.
Anyway, my third point is to move all student media to Central Hall. The uni aren't using it. What, are they doing history lectures in there? Who cares? Just put YSTV, URY, knock down their buildings, print a fine where they are, probably. I don't know. No one cares anyway. And then my fourth manifesto point is replace the first bus contract. This is a very controversial contract, the first bus contract. There's been lots of election manifestos about it, including it. So I have one that I think would really speak to the people and finally solve this issue once and for all. And that is to replace the first bus contract with a second bus contract
Oh,
that is further subcontracted to third bus.
And what are these two companies?
Yes.
Yeah.
We will set these companies up in lieu of Jamie being elected.
I
And
see.
just in case that falls through, I've got fourth bus on the line.
Okay, good.
I've got a
good.
contact.
Good.
Next up, one of my manifesto points is to build Charlie Jeffrey a second ensuite. The man's only got one, and you
Only
know,
one.
yeah, he's only got one ensuite.
Why would he need 2 en-suites?
Well, my
One
thinking,
for the morning, one for the evening.
well, my thinking was he has one for his oh, I need to quickly have a tinkle. Maybe we could put a urinal in it so that he could go quicker and get back to his business quicker, right?
Can we just put a urinal in his bedroom?
And then the second one is where he goes for his business meetings. He goes in, he gets a paper out, and he sits there for a while, just removing the day's waste. So I feel he could really do with a second ensuite to separate that business.
Better idea. Instead of putting the urinal in a separate room that he's got to walk to,
No,
save
in
more
the
time. We
same
just
room.
put the urinal in the bedroom.
No,
Just mount
in the
urinal.
bed.
No, this is in his
In the
office.
bed.
This is in his office.
We put it in his office.
Anyway,
Make it the
I've already
seats.
made the manifesto. But next up is to sell ice cream in all USU venues. Because
Okay. Good
I'll be
option,
honest,
good
when
option.
I wrote this, I was in Courtyard and I really wanted some ice cream. So I decided to add it to my manifesto because I was hungry. Anyway, next up, and I feel very strongly about this one, all managed PCs on campus must run Arch, bro, and have Fortnite installed.
I have one issue with this.
Go on.
Fortnite won't run on Linux. Fortnite won't run on Linux.
Not with that attitude, it won't.
No, it's anti-cheat genuinely.
Yeah,
won't
yeah,
run it.
not with that attitude, it won't. I'll get the big boffins ITS on it. But yes, so they must run Arch, bro. That's very important.
No, Fortnite will be installed. It won't run, but it will be installed.
Yeah, it just won't work.
Yeah, my next manifesto point, actually, to celebrate the Yuzu street food and Yuzu on Glass House on East, I've actually got my own thing. I think we should do a Courtyard's Weirdo. So my manifesto point is the Courtyard Weirdo oven must be ceremonially sent on a boat in the lake while being shot at by a cannon from the Vanbrugh Bridge.
Where are you getting the cannon?
That's a solvable issue.
The history department must have one. So
Archaeology.
boards and
They dug up
swords,
one.
they might have one, or whatever the recreation society is. So yeah, that one I feel many people can get behind.
Oh, yeah.
Then next up is to use robots to deliver food from Courtyard to college accommodation, with the one caveat that all deliveries to V-Bar must, and I quote here, be a guy walking very slowly with a weekly insulated bag. That bit's very important. So accommodation
Weekly
rooms,
insulated bag.
Just
Yeah,
a
so-
bag.
so
Right.
it's just like a bag they
It's
found.
like an Asda plastic bag.
So really high-tech robots to accommodation, but if the delivery comes from V-Bar and V-Bar alone, it must be a guy walking slowly. And I will clarify that a guy in that situation is unisex. That can be anyone. I've just emphasized my
man.
point by saying a guy walking very slowly with a weekly insulated bag. That's very important.
I was going to say, Jamie, right? I thought that was going to be that you have high-tech robots deliver the food from Courtyard to tables in Courtyard.
No, I think the system
no.
they've got where I wait about 2 hours to get my food works.
That's true.
That also just sounds like any delivery company ever.
Anyway, next up is, and I think this one everyone can get behind as well, is to replace, that weekly student email you get that's like, oh, this is happening on campus, don't die, pay your bills.
Well,
Dribble
tabs
mail.
and shorts.
It's always, dribble, no one cares. I would like to petition to replace the weekly student news emails with digital copies of the Lemon Press.
Do they make digital copies of the Lemon Press?
Well, they would have to if this was the case. We can scan it in.
We can just scan. It's just the same scanned copy of the Lemon Press for 3 months, and then another one.
Well,
comes.
that's the other thing. Part of the USU multi-story car park on East could pay for more issues of the Lemon Press.
So we're paying student media now.
No, pay to print. I wouldn't pay. They don't deserve payment.
You heard it here first, guys.
I just spend,
Jamie Parker Reese does not believe the Lemon Press deserves payment.
I only spend 80% of my time in this studio. I do not deserve payment. I spend more hours here than a full-time job. That
For legal
does not deserve
reasons,
payment.
that's a joke.
We do not do. We do not do.
Yeah, that's definitely a joke.
Definitely a joke, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm a very comical person.
Yes.
Next up is to rename the computer science department the ordinary department.
Why is that?
For those of you that do computer science and aren't doing too great at their degree, that's very funny. Anyway, next up, this one I feel very strongly about, and I think it really matches my make boss man the boss man again. That's a hidden bit at the end.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we should build a wall
We'll build
between
a wall,
Courtyard and the rest of Derwent.
and Derwent's going to pay for it.
And Derwent should pay for it. Very, very correct
And
there.
don't tell me you got a small loan of $1 million from your father.
A small,
No. I got a small trust fund.
we got a small load of USU grant.
Yeah, no, you got it on YouFund.
Yeah, a small U fund. A small U fund grant of £6,000.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, yeah. So build a wall between Courtyard and the rest of Derwent. No one wants to see it. Next up, and my final point, my final manifesto point is lecturers should no longer give out checkout codes.
Checking codes.
Checking codes. Sorry. Checkout is nothing. Don't look it up. I think I turned it off.
What did you forget to turn off?
Don't worry about it. Check-in. Yeah, it should still be a thing.
Oh.
And they should still get emails
That
if they
thing.
don't attend. But you now have to brute force the code by the end of the lecture. So the code is valid the entire hour lecture, or 2 hours if it's a 2-hour lecture, but you have to brute force it. They will not give it to you anymore. So I feel that would really allow CS students to, flex their muscles.
No. Practice real-world skills of
Yeah.
penetration
And on that
testing.
note, completely unrelated. If the
Very
people
mature,
that
Corey,
make
very
check-in
mature.
are watching, I'd quite like my public IP unblocked. Anyway, that was my manifesto. You, Sue, if
to
you're
it.
watching,
And
I'm
in the
very
coming
sorry.
days, you'll be able to find Jamie's manifesto and other campaign materials on un.title.mov.
Yes!
His campaign website.
Yes, that is my campaign website. Wait, can we do that? Because it's part of... Yeah, we'll do it.
Figure it out.
Please vote me. That's, by the way, just to clarify, that is USU President, not Union Affairs Officer. That's the name, Union Affairs Officer. I've never had an affair. It is USU President. Vote me USU President. Anyway, I've been
Would you
Jamie.
like to plug the Twitter?
Yes, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I've been Jamie.
I've been Corey.
And I've been Liam.
Follow us at WiseTV, at WiseTV Tech. Oh, this is on Twitter, by the way. At WiseTV Computing, at URY Computing, and we still, to this day, don't know what URY's handle is.
Uni Radio York.
That's a dumb name.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
don't like
search
that.
That's not SEO.
It's not. It's not SSO'd. No, SS.
What is it? Uni Radio York?
No.
Yeah.
That's not even...
SEE. That's it. Search engine optimization.
Anyway, this has been Untitled. Scribe. And I'm going to go sleep now and maybe have some Lemsip.
Yes, it's now past 10:30. You can go to sleep now.
It's very much past.
Yes, you're right.
It's 11.
It
It's
is
11.
now 1 minute past 11.
Okay, go to
and
sleep.
we've been doing this for an hour now.
Go to
Good
sleep,
night.
hug
Thank
your
you very
gran,
much.
and eat.
Yeah, baby.
Bye.
Bye.